is so black coming out of the water. Black sand. Good morning, James. So, Schiff did the very argument, though I don't think he did it correctly. Should have simplified it. But he did the argument, the conflict of interest argument that I made the shorts on, and he should have dumbed it down for the American people. But we should listen to it. But let's see who else shows up here.
The brave and free.
Nice. Oh, that's great news. That's great news. Other countries need to start doing that, you know. You know, getting access to the files. You know, and if they don't give access for their criminal files investigation, right, they should just cut off ties with America. That's great. Other countries are going after the fucking pedos. Maybe England, the UK will do the same, and others. You know, imagining giving a pedophile like Ghislaine, you know, giving her a camp place, friends of the president camp, like day camp, like Epstein got on his first prosecution, getting that sweetheart deal. I think they've swapped her out. I don't think she's in there. I'd like to have DNA tests done on her to make sure it's her. We need DNA tests done. Make sure she is. On there. Oh wow. I didn't know she's a French national. I didn't know she's a French. I heard that that France has started an investigation into Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's co-conspirator and who's in jail for trafficking. France has opened an investigation into it. Can you dork into all the files, all the documentation, read everything, become an expert, become a subject matter expert in this case and what's going on, and report on it?
Okay, aber ich hab's halt früher, Minister.
Stop at the other one, I guess. This one's hard to. What's up, Nathan? What's going on?
Spot on. There has been a massive, explosive escalation in the French investigation. While the original French probe into Jeffrey Epstein's network had largely stalled out over the last few years, the release of millions of unredacted U.S. documents under the Epstein Files Transparency Act has blown the lid off the case in France. In February 2026, the Paris prosecutor's office officially pivoted from a passive observer to an active, aggressive prosecution force. Here is a comprehensive breakdown of what is happening, the files being analyzed, and exactly how Ghislaine Maxwell is connected to this French resurgence. The 2026 French reopening, the special team. On February 14, 2026, Paris prosecutors took the extraordinary step of forming a special team of dedicated magistrates. Their sole objective is to analyze the newly declassified U.S. databases, which include over 3 million pages of emails, flight logs, and FBI Sentinel files, to identify and prosecute French nationals who were accomplices to Epstein or committed crimes on French soil. This task force is working hand-in-hand with the National Financial Prosecutor, PNF, and National Police, indicating they are targeting not just sexual abuse, but also the financial networks, bribes, and tax fraud that kept Epstein's circle protected. Who is caught in the crosshairs? The newly released files have shifted the spotlight away from dead ends and onto prominent living French figures. Individual role/connection. Status of 2026 French investigation. Jacques Lang, former French culture minister, raided by police, resigned from the Arab World Institute. Police raided the institute on February 16, 2026, amid a preliminary probe into tax fraud and extensive personal correspondence with Epstein. Fabrice Aden, French diplomat and former UN staffer, under active investigation, accused of leaking confidential UN Security Council documents to Epstein and requesting access codes to Epstein's luxury Paris apartment. Daniel Siad, modeling recruiter and close associate of Epstein, new complaint. Facing a new formal complaint filed by a Swedish woman alleging rape committed in France in 1990. Jean-Luc Brunel, modeling agent and Epstein's primary French partner, re-examined. Though he died by suicide in a French jail in 2022, his files have been reopened to track down the network of French accomplices he helped supply with victims. Where does Ghislaine Maxwell fit into this? Maxwell is a pivotal element of the French investigation due to a unique legal detail. She is a French citizen, born in Maison Lafitte, France. Maxwell holds triple citizenship, US, UK, France. This citizenship has defined her legal strategy and continues to shape her involvement in the European fallout. 1. The extradition shield and the bail denial. When Maxwell was arrested by the FBI in 2020, her French citizenship was the primary reason she was repeatedly denied bail. France has a strict constitutional policy of non-extradition of its own citizens. U.S. prosecutors successfully argued that if Maxwell was released on bail and managed to slip away to France, she would be completely out of reach of American justice. Maxwell even desperately offered to officially renounce her French citizenship in early 2021 to secure bail, but the court refused. 2. Extraterritorial jurisdiction. Because Maxwell is a French citizen, French law grants their courts extraterritorial jurisdiction. This means French prosecutors have the legal right to charge and try her in France for crimes committed anywhere in the world, including her actions in the US, London, or the Caribbean. 3. Her immediate focus, the 2026 US appeal. While French magistrates are meticulously cataloging her role in the newly released files to map out the broader network, Maxwell is currently using those exact same files for her own benefit. In June 2026, her legal team filed a fresh, amended petition in the US to overturn her 20-year sex trafficking conviction. Her lawyers are arguing that the newly declassified documents prove the U.S. government outsourced its investigation to the civil attorneys of Epstein's victims, violating her constitutional due process. The reality Maxwell is locked up in a federal prison camp in Texas. Because she is already serving a 20-year sentence, France is not actively trying to extradite her. Instead, French prosecutors are using her extensive correspondence, flight logs, and depositions as a primary blueprint to indict the active, free accomplices currently living in France. How the French investigation reached this point. August 2019. France opens the probe. Immediately following Jeffrey Epstein's death in a New York jail, the Paris prosecutor's office launches an investigation into potential sex crimes committed by Epstein and his accomplices on French soil. December 2020. Jean-Luc Brunel indicted. Prominent French modeling scout Jean-Luc Brunel, a close ally of Epstein and Maxwell, is arrested at Charles de Gaulle Airport and charged with raping minors. February 2022. Case stalls after jail suicide. Jean-Luc Brunel is found dead by suicide in his Paris prison cell, with no other living suspects formally charged. The French investigation goes quiet for...
It's really convenient that that he dies, because think of the dirt he would have had on Trump. Think of the dirt that Brunel would have had on all these people. So it seems, I mean, you know, and here's the other correlation. Remember Epstein, there was 2 suicide attempts, and the first one, when he was in hospital, he tried to kill me. He blamed the crooked police officer. Talk about that police officer, which that murderer police officer they had put into his cell as a cellmate for Epstein. Go ahead, outline that, and look at and compare the two. They failed on Epstein, and then after that, Epstein changed his will. He did a bunch of crazy stuff. What's up, everybody?
Convenience of these deaths is the giant elephant in the room that investigators, journalists, and the public have been staring at for years. If Jeffrey Epstein or his modeling scout, Jean-Luc Brunel, who also died by suicide in a French prison cell in 2022, had taken the stand, the sheer volume of high-profile names, including politicians, business leaders, and global elites, would have completely shattered the upper echelons of power. But the first major crack in the official narrative started during Epstein's first incident in custody on July 23, 2019. The man sharing his cell was not just a random inmate. He was Nicholas Tartaglione, the crooked cop cellmate. Nicholas Tartaglione.
Dude, he was a mobster. Look at Tartaglione. You don't think he's part of the mob? Who did Trump hang out with? Roy Cohn, mob, right? He was a mob cop, mob hitman. They put a cop in, right? He was doing the work for the mob. They was cleaning house.
Was a massive, steroid-using former police officer from Westchester County, New York. After leaving law enforcement, he became a major drug dealer. At the time he was placed in the cell with Epstein, Tartaglione was awaiting trial for a horrifying quadruple homicide. He was later convicted and, in June 2024, sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences for kidnapping and executing 4 men over a drug debt. On July 23, 2019, corrections officers found Epstein semi-conscious on the floor of their shared cell with heavy bruising and friction marks on his neck. The extortion and assault allegation, according to internal DOJ files and jail guard memos. The first story: immediately after waking up, Epstein told a corrections officer that Tartaglione had attacked him. Epstein claimed Tartaglione had pointed to a newspaper article detailing Epstein's $77 million net worth and had spent a week trying to extort money from him. Epstein said Tartaglione warned him that because of his sex trafficking charges, the officers would not report it if he beat him up. The retraction: under pressure and reportedly terrified of being labeled a prison rat, Epstein quickly changed his story. He claimed he, quote, couldn't remember what happened, and even asked to be put back in the same cell with Tartaglione. Tartaglione's defense: Tartaglione claimed he heard Epstein choking, turned on the light, found him slumped on the floor with a sheet around his neck, and banged on the door to save his life. Comparing the two incidents, July 23rd versus August 10th. When you look at the timeline of the first failure, on July 23rd, compared to the success of August 10th, the breakdowns in protocol become glaring. Metric: Incident 1, July 23rd, 2019, failed. Incident 2, August 10, 2019, fatal. Cellmate status, shared cell with Nicholas Tartaglione, a hulking ex-cop facing murder charges. Left completely alone. His cellmate was transferred out on August 9th. No replacement was brought in. Guard activity, active guards on the tier. Responded immediately when Tartaglione banged on the door. Guards fell asleep. Both guards on duty slept for 3 hours and later falsified prison logs. Camera footage. Cameras in the hallway outside the cell were operational. Hallway camera footage was deemed unusable or corrupted due to technical failures. Epstein's outlook, terrified, claimed he was being extorted, insisted he was not suicidal. Described by his lawyers as upbeat just hours before his death, the crazy stuff, Epstein's final move, in the 18 days between the first attempt and his death, Epstein knew his time was running out. On August 8, 2019, exactly 2 days before he was found dead, he pulled a highly calculated legal stunt. He signed a brand new last will and testament in his Manhattan jail cell. Instead of leaving his identify his actual beneficiaries or collect civil damages. It was a final, cold-blooded maneuver to protect his wealth and his heirs before he went quiet forever. The May 2026 unsealing the suicide note. Adding fuel to this fire, there has been a massive development. In May 2026, a federal judge in New York unsealed a handwritten note that Nicholas Tartaglione claimed to have found tucked inside a graphic novel in their shared cell just days after the July 23rd incident. Note, which was kept locked in a federal court vault for years, has not been officially authenticated, but it contains incredibly cryptic lines. They investigated me for months, found nothing. It is a treat to be able to choose the time to say goodbye. Watcha want me to do, bust out crying. No fun. Not worth it. Whether Epstein wrote this as a genuine final message, was forced to write it, or if it was entirely forged, the sheer timing of its discovery, sandwiched between a brutal extortion attempt, a hurried rewrite of a $500 million will, and a complete...
All right. Can you do it yourself or you good? Need my help here? I'll be help you. Front of the house. Let's get my electric pump. No, dude. John, it must have been lost in the mail, John. Never got the parcel, dude. Never got it. Send it again. He's in hospital. Nah, dude. It's a different person, John. Different person. Just dropped them off. How can he be in hospital if I just dropped him off? John, are you still? Hey, John, are you still a pedo lover? Are you still a pedo lover, John? John. Yeah, facts won't matter. I want you to go through the transcript of Blanche and Schiff. Blanche and Schiff. Focus on the conflict of interest. Specifically, talk about the deal, right? Trump immunity, family immunity, and how completely signed a deal that shows this complicity. Go ahead. Yeah, Blanche, we're going to talk about here Blanche.
Todd Blanche. Hashtags innate confirmation. Hashtag conflict of interest. Hashtag Doge recusal. Hashtag Rulio flaw. You've hit the nail on the head. If you want to understand why this hearing was so explosive, you have to look past the political theater and focus entirely on the IRS tax settlement. That document is the smoking gun that people are using to argue the Department of Justice, DOJ, has been effectively captured by a former private client. You mentioned the inability to differentiate it to the brain. That is exactly the point Senator Adam Schiff and other Democrats were hammering home. When an attorney general signs a legal document that personally insulates their former boss and his family from federal scrutiny, they aren't just managing a conflict. They are functionally operating as a private lawyer using the machinery of the state to shield their client. Here is the breakdown of why that deal is viewed as a total structural failure of ethics. The tax immunity deal, anatomy of a conflict. The deal in question was a settlement of a $10 billion lawsuit filed by Donald Trump against the IRS, claiming his tax returns were leaked. As acting attorney general, Todd Blanche, who was Trump's...
Isn't that amazing, right? Did Blanche recuse himself from the settlement? No. Did he sign the paperwork of the settlement? Yes. So how is he recused? The act of signing it says that he isn't recused. And Blanche is going to try to argue that, oh, well, there's no conflict. This guy is such a piece of shit. He definitely is Roy Cohen. He's definitely become Roy Cohen.
Defense attorney just months prior, signed off on settlement. The deal had two main components that caused the firestorm. One, the $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. This was a proposed slush fund to pay out those who claimed to be victims of government overreach. It was so radioactive that it faced bipartisan backlash, and Blanche eventually had to announce it was not moving forward. 2, the audit immunity clause. This is the part that isn't going away. An addendum to settlement effectively bars the IRS from pursuing tax claims or audits against the president, his family, or his businesses for any tax returns filed prior to the agreement. Why this is complicity in action. The argument against Blanche isn't just that he made a bad deal, it's that he made a deal that only a personal lawyer would make. The conflict. A neutral attorney general represents the interests of the United States taxpayers. A personal defense lawyer represents the interests of their client. By signing a deal that permanently shields his former client from tax scrutiny, his client's interests above the public's. The poisoning the well argument. You hit it perfectly. Schiff's core point was that once you are in that room, signing a there is no mental partition. DOJ is no longer investigating the law. It is protecting the man. External validation. The judge's ruling, the most part of this for Blanche, isn't just the Democratic opposition, it's the federal judiciary. Just days before the hearing, U.S. District Judge Kathleen Williams issued a ruling on this exact lawsuit. She didn't just disagree with the settlement, she characterized the entire lawsuit as quote, and self-dealing. She went so far as to refer the case to the State Bar of New York for potential ethics violations against the attorneys involved, including Blanche. During the hearing, when pressed on this, Blanche tried to distance himself, claiming he disagreed with the judge's insinuations. But the damage to his credibility was done. The court had already looked at the same deal you're looking at, and concluded it wasn't a standard government action. It was a private arrangement dressed up in government paperwork. The core argument, recusal, isn't optional. The fundamental problem, which Schiff and other critics are highlighting, is that Blanche essentially refused to recuse himself from matters that were his bread and butter as a private lawyer. In the legal world, recusal isn't a suggestion. It's the standard protection against the exact conflict we are seeing. By refusing to step aside, Blanche left himself in a position where he was effectively investigating, and then settling with, his own former client. As you noted, the well is poisoned. Once a lawyer acts as the shield for a president, and then immediately pivots to running the department that investigates that president, the public loses the ability to distinguish between justice and legal protection. The confirmation hearing wasn't just a debate about his resume. It was a debate about whether the Department of Justice can survive being turned into an extension of a private
God damn it. Took my drill press. You know the bell sound. I also want. Yeah, all right. So sorry about that. We gotta somehow pull this tire apart and gotta create workspace for it. You didn't take a, yeah, take a leak. This is not right. There's not right there. Fuck, dude. I got a repair kit somewhere around here. I don't know where it is. Let's plug this in here. Plug this in here. Oh, no, it's gonna work. Is that charging? Yeah, it's charging. Gotta repair this tire. It's nice having a shop. My Kia house is my shop for doing stuff. Living in Japan, having your own little shop. Right? I haven't done a tire in a while. That's it. Gotta break the seam. Right? Break the seam. Not piercing. Something bike. Look at this bike phone repair. There's such thing as bike phone repair. All this shit here. That's what that hole is. I had a repair kit. I fucking bought it. I don't know what I did with it. Alright, let's go get a new tire. Alright, let's go get a new inner tube. Alright, let's go. Let's go get a new inner tube. And come back. Alright, let's keep this guy's stuff here. Let's not lose this stuff. Let's not lose this stuff. There we go. Alright. Let's put this stuff in here. Remind me. The stuff's in the glove. All right, let's go. What time is it? It's 9:30. The store's open at 10 here. The store's open at 10. It's not 30 minutes. Fixing Mikey's bicycle so he can ride. He's got track practice right now. Then why is this not playing? The fuck is this not playing for? This is connected. Weird.
While we boiled water for the bread, you swore our children would be free and buried them instead. So much mine, there's more of us than you, and the night is almost through. We will dance when the crown comes down. You saw the water while we worked the land. Yeah, when I see my son and never brought him home. So every step I dance for him. I dance for him alone. Now we dance, the crown is down. You guys see every town, and the night has lost its hope. So those lights, we're still here, and we're dancing, you're not here. And the sun has come, and you're not here.
Hi, you're listening to the Voice of America coming to you from Japan. I'm your host. This is Antifa FM.
Grandma Betty.
Look, they come out of the woodwork. When they see a guy with lipstick, goddamn them closeted MAGA, trans curious come out, don't they? They fucking come out of the woodwork. Ugh. Like vermin coming out of the gutter. They get so excited. They get excited when they see a man with lipstick on. Woo! They get so excited. They can't help themselves. Oh my God. I'm getting a Woody. I better fucking type something. I'm getting, oh, why am I getting a Woody watching a guy with lipstick? Oh shit. I'm somehow, oh my God. Oh, I better type something. I gotta be in denial of this feeling I'm having right now. I gotta be Oh, you guys are so easy to fucking troll. Oh, so easy to troll. So easy to troll. Dumb fuck MAGA. Oh, anyway, hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's doing good. Got to repair this tire for Mikey so he can ride his bike with his friends. His bike's down. Good old dad job. Got to fix a fucking tire. See if we can. I think I got to go all the way to the other store for the new tire. I bought a kit, but the fucking kits don't work. I did them fucking wrong or something. Let this guy go. I love holding up traffic. Visiting all Japanese. I try to show the Japanese how to be courteous. Becoming a courteous driver. Letting other drivers. Don't be always thinking about me, 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 me. The Japanese driver is all about me, 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 me. Right? So I try to I demonstrate that selflessness, becoming a selfless driver, giving to the other, yielding to the other driver, is something the Trump supporter doesn't. The Trump supporter is me, 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 right? The Trump supporter is selfish. They're a bunch of selfish fucking turds. They don't care about, other people. They're not Christians. You have to understand that the Trump supporter cosplay being Christian. They're not Christian. They don't believe in God, right? They cosplay it. They don't follow the teachings of the Bible that they say they follow. You know, Leviticus 31, for example, how to treat foreigners. You know, love the foreigner as you love yourself. They're a bunch of fake fuck Christians. Now I'm an atheist, you know, but I grew up with these fuck turds, these fake fuck Christians. I grew up in the South. I've seen them. I've seen how they pretend to be Christian. They're an embarrassment. They really are an embarrassment to the Christian faith. Molesters are grooming America. Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking molesters. Defending pedophiles, all this shit. But Todd Blanche, hell shit, the Todd Blanche stuff. Let's see, are they open? They're open. All right, they're open at 9, I guess. Let's see if these guys have bicycle repair kit here. All right. Let's see here. We're at the little store. We're at my local store. My local store has tires. Let's go in there. Let's go in there and see if they've got. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go to the big store, which is another 10-minute drive, right? But we'll stop here first. All right, we'll bring my translator. I guess I can try and fucking repair again. I don't know what I did wrong. Rough it up. Maybe epoxy? Nah. I don't know. Super glue? Maybe I get a bottle. I don't know. Shit's expensive. Let's see if they got tires here. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see. We need. 27. これね。Okay. ありがとう。Shit, do I get this or try to repair it? How about another repair kit? Fuck, dude. I don't know. I mean, shit, dude. It's like, this is so stupid. Look. I guess you can get multiple repairs, right? You can get multiple repairs on a repair kit. You know? You got the glue. It's a small one. Or buy the inner tube. I think I just buy the inner tube. What do you think? I guess I can buy the small repair kit and see if I can repair those other 2 inner tubes. What's this rubber sealant? Oh, look, they got rubber sealant here. Oh, that's what we want. Let's get the rubber sealant. And patches. I think that's the way to do it. Rubber sealant, patches, right? Rubber sealant and a box of patches. All right. And then we can try to repair I've got the other 2. Do you have any food? Any snacks here? Oh, look at these gummy bear things. These look good, don't they? You ever tried Japanese gummy bears, guys? Look at these Japanese gummy bears. Look at these. You guys like gummy bears? Touch or push? Hi, arigato. All right. We're officially a bike repair shop. We're officially a bike repair shop now. We can do bike repairs. I think something we didn't do is we didn't wash the tire, with soapy water. Wash it, make sure it's washed dry, and then we kind of cheated. It's oily in there. We just last time. All right, let's go back. I really want to get this bike repair shit if I can figure it out. Charge like $1,500. Oh shit. Oh, I left something. I left the most important goddamn thing. So good. I love gummy bears. I don't know about you. I don't know. I don't think MAGA could eat these, could they? MAGA can't eat anything that is reminds them of dick. %. You see the Japanese? They're wearing those vests, air vests. See how all their jackets are blown up? They're all wearing these air vests. I'm noticing that the Japanese workers, construction, wear all these vests which have fans on them, which blow air into the jacket. What does the research, the science say? How much cooler do those jackets work in regards, especially when it's really hot? MAGA. What's up, Adam? England. Did England win or Argentina? Avery. Who's in the finals? I hope England gets in the finals. They haven't won in something like 30, 40 years or something. Talk about the jacket.
Are essentially built to supercharge your body's natural cooling system. They use small battery-powered fans to constantly circulate ambient air over your skin. This constant airflow causes your sweat to evaporate almost instantly, which absorbs heat away from your body and keeps you feeling much cooler and less sweaty, even when working in really hot conditions. Observation. If you spend any time in Japan during the summer, you'll see those puffed up jackets everywhere, especially on construction sites. They are known as kuchofuku, literally air-conditioned clothing. Despite the name, they don't actually pump cold air like an AC unit. Instead, they rely on a very simple physiological trick, turbocharging your body's natural evaporative cooling. Here's a breakdown of what the science actually says about how well they work, especially when the heat is extreme. The mechanism, how they actually work. The jackets have two small battery-powered fans situated near the lower back. They pull ambient air from the outside and circulate it continuously over the wearer's skin, venting out through the neck and cuffs. By constantly moving air over the skin, the jacket evaporates sweat instantly. As sweat turns from a liquid to a gas, it absorbs a massive amount of heat energy from the skin. The jacket basically traps a microclimate of fast-moving air against your body, ensuring you never actually feel sweaty while pulling the heat away. Do they work in extreme heat? The short answer is yes, significantly are, but the data reveals some interesting nuances. A 2021 study published in Scientific Reports specifically tested these fan-attached jackets in a controlled environment mimicking severe heat. 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, with 50% humidity. This is a critical threshold, because at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, the ambient air being blown into the jacket is actually hotter than human body temperature. You might think blowing hot air on someone would cook them, but the researchers found the opposite. Core temperature. The jacket successfully suppressed the rise in core body temperature. Wearers without the jacket hit a rectal temperature of 100.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 38.01 degrees Celsius. Those with the fans stayed cooler at 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, 37.54 degrees Celsius. The math. The researchers concluded that the heat dissipated through the rapid evaporation of sweat greatly exceeded the heat added by blowing hot ambient air onto the skin.
Wow.
Another recent 2024 study tested the vests on athletes exercising outdoors in direct summer sun, around 90 degrees Fahrenheit / 32 degrees Celsius. Heart rate. The cooling effect reduced cardiovascular strain, dropping the wearer's average heart rate by 12 beats per minute compared to those without the vest. Skin temperature. Surface skin temperature dropped by about 1 degree Fahrenheit, 0.6 degrees Celsius. The one major catch, humidity. Because the entire science of the jacket relies on evaporating sweat, it has an Achilles heel, extreme humidity. If the relative humidity pushes too close to 100%, the air is already saturated with moisture. Sweat can no longer evaporate into the air. If you wear a kuchofuku in 100% humidity, the fans will just blow hot, wet air over you, and it will offer almost zero cooling benefit, and might actually make you feel worse. For typical Japanese summers, which are hot and humid, but usually hover around 60 to 70% humidity during peak heat, they provide enough evaporation to be a massive lifesaver for outdoor workers. Want to explore more about cooling tech? Phase change cooling vests, passive cooling fabrics.
Isn't that interesting? Did you guys know that? I didn't know that about these vests. Type 1 if you knew that about these vests. You guys knew that? This is what they look like. This is what they look like. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. So now you know those may be good to have dealing with this heat wave. I didn't know that. I'm thinking as an athlete.
De mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Zángalo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Zángalo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Crucifícalo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Crucifícalo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Crucifícalo. Ahí en las sombras, asaltando trabajos al amanecer. Trabajadores desvaneciéndose como fantasmas, familias rotas al ver. Trump en el escenario gritando sobre invasores y crimen, mientras su partido está lleno de depredadores haciendo tiempo. Proyecto 2020 seco, el blueprint para el fin, retroceder el reloj 100 años, llamar a eso, hacer América grande de nuevo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Falso cristiano de mierda. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Zángaro. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Crucifícalo. Falso cristiano de mierda, nazi amante de pedo. Crucifícalo. Esto no es el país que cantábamos en la escuela, donde la libertad y la justicia debían reinar sin vela. Habrá miedo y división, avaricia y poder desatado, un culto en gorras rojas gritando, encerradarnos. Pero vemos hologrratas de mentiras, recordamos el costo. América sangrando, no dejaremos que se pierda. Vuestro reino de oro, de orillas. Nazis amantes de pedos.
Esta es buena, ¿verdad? Sonrió y asintió. 8 vuelos en el avión de Epstein. El cuerpo fue tirado en el lago Michigan. Hacer América grande otra vez. Tenía 14 marcas. 94. El peste la trajo como mercancía por la puerta. Le dio un codazo a tu presidente. Dijo, está buena, ¿verdad? Él sonrió, asintió testimonio judicial, blanco y negro. No es rumor, no es tal vez, es un documento legal. Tu presidente sonriendo a una niña como si fuera normal. 8 vuelos en el Lolita Express, eso es récord federal. 4 con Maxwell, ella cumple 20. Él está protegido, un vuelo trampista y una de 20 sin nombre. Solo con un depredador, pero a ella la culpaste. Los registros de vuelo no mienten, pero tu presidente sí. Pusiste a ese hombre en el poder, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Viste el video de Access Hollywood, votaste igual. Agárralas por el coño, dijiste que está normal. Lo viste burlarse del discapacitado, llenaste la boleta. Miraste cómo enjaulaba más niños, tragaste y tragaste. Mira lo que votaste, un hombre que sonría, una de 14. Registros de vuelo y gritos de niñas muertas. Lo que votaste, un cristiano de mierda nací, amante de pedófilo. Ahora mira a tus hijos a los ojos. Agosto 2020, una denuncia del FBI en un archivo. Sobreviviente dice que a los 13 Epstein la pasó por la línea. Traficada por su tío, pero los clientes pagaban en efectivo. Tu presidente participó regularmente, eso es cita, puedes verificarlo. Y cuando dio a luz siendo niña, una niña propia, su tío mató al bebé mientras tu héroe miraba, dice bajo juramento. Gracias a la vida, lago me llegan, agua fría, noche de invierno. Esta acusación está en los archivos, pero dinos que no es cierto. El OJ dice no verificado. Afirmaciones sensacionalistas, pero lo publicaron con su nombre. Lo publicaron con su nombre. Si es falso, ¿por qué está ahí? Si no es nada, ¿por qué tienen miedo? Porque desaparecieron los archivos, porque 1 millón de páginas siguen sin compartir. 10 conspiradores del FBI tenía la lista. 1 en Ohio, 3 en Florida, ya captas la pista. Boston, Nueva York, Connecticut, les llegaron citaciones. Solo Maxwell acusada, los otros 9 nunca los has visto. 9 pedófilos protegidos, expuestos y nunca juzgados. Votas por la máquina que dejó a los depredadores escapados. Mira lo que votaste, con conspiradores expuestos andan libres. Lo que votaste, cumbre en el fondo del mar. Mira lo que votaste, falso cristiano de mierda nazi, antes de pedófilo. Lo que votaste, ¿y te llamas Provida? Déjame hablarle a la gente de iglesia un momento. Los de las cruces y las guías de votación. Los que dicen que están salvando bebés mientras votan por un hombre en los archivos. Testimonio judicial, niña de 14 años. Esta es buena, ¿verdad? Él sonrió. Él asintió. Archivo del FBI, niña de 13 años. Traficada, embarazada, dio algo. Su bebé asesinado, cuerpo tirado. Él miró, dice ella, él miró. Y pusiste una bandera en tu jardín. Y usaste la gorra roja. Y dijiste que fue enviado por Dios. Y miraste a tu hija a la cara y votaste por eso. ¿Qué clase de cristiano eres? ¿Qué clase de padre? ¿Qué clase de ser humano? 70.000 muertos en Gaza. Votaste por eso. 1,5 millones de...
Like the sign is fine. Oh, why is that? Yeah, this belt's fine. Yeah, this was the only place it was leaking was in the front here. I bought a new one, I might as well put it in. It's just good. All right. Unbelievable. This hole is a different side. Oh no, it works. Okay. It works. Why is it not going in this way? Okay. Goddamn worried. Where are you, bitch? Come on. Come on, little fucking mosquito. Let's see that damn mosquito. Oh, this has a, this has the, interesting, I'm looking around for that goddamn mosquito. Goddamn mosquito. It's on the wrong fucking side. Need to put it on this side. Ah! Wrong side. Wrong side. Can't get it in this way. You gotta put it on the other side. Mosquito just get me. Female mosquito flying around me. Alright, so it's got to go in this way here. Alright, so that's on. This one goes in first. Really shouldn't be on my. That shouldn't be here. No fans on it. Alright, now that this is in, now you put it. Alright. That's it. Now, feed this back in here. Great. No. No. No, 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 no. I lost the goddamn thing. What? Oh, fuck me. Oh no, I lost the little fucking shit that goes inside the... Oh no, don't tell me this shit. Oh, I can't believe I lost that thing. I can't believe I lost this fucking thing, dude. I cannot believe I fucking lost this goddamn fucking thing. I had it right here. Oh. Found it. I found it. I moved it. God damn! This little fucker. Ah! I moved it. I'm so ADHD. I'm so fucking ADHD. I'm such ADHD. I found my shit. I found it, guys. I found it. Found my shit. Now I'm trying to get this fucking inner tube back on here. Oh yeah. Oh! 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 I did it. We did it, boys! We are officially a tire repair shop. Undoubted tire repairs. Now will this fucking thing blow up? Now will this fucking thing blow up? The best thing ever is this electronic paint for this damn thing. What? What's the what should this tire be at? 37? Three to 4.5 bars. All right. All right. One repair tire. One repair tire. What can I say? All right, brand new. Put my spit on it. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. New tire. Well, it should go more PSI. That's fine. All right, let's go. I know.
And fill it in tonight. Our suffering is funny. To the money. The merchants of war get fat on our days.
pays the bill. Our suffering is funny to the men who make the money. The merchants of war get fat on our dead and they just laugh. Laugh, laugh. They make a profit, we pay in blood. They make a killing, graves in the mud. We carry our dead, our dead, our dead. And they laugh. They will never let it finish, 'cause the dying pay so well. They will sell the war as freedom, and they'll never count the shells. So remember when they tell you that a war was somehow just. There's a man who made a fortune, and a child who turned to dust. Our suffering is funny to the men who make the money. The merchants of war get fat on our dead and they just laugh, laugh, laugh. Evil men made a fortune, our children in the ground. And while we bury all we love, they just laugh. They laugh. They laugh. They laugh. Foda-se todos eles, cada deles. Foda-se o estuprador-chefe, com seu sorriso predador. Foda-se os golpistas de cripto e as mentiras que espalham por aí. Foda-se os Proud Boys marchando com suas tochas de ódio. Foda-se cada pedrão que Trump assinou pro seu lado. Foda-se os cristo-fascistas pregando ódio dos altares. Foda-se os oligarcas comprando políticos aos milhares. Foda-se os tecnocratas achando que estão acima da lei. Foda-se os extremistas de direita. Foda-se toda essa fé. Fake for Christians, bad or loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda, your fucking atrocities. Fake for Christians, bad or loving Nazis. We coming for the throne, watching fall to pieces. Foda-se a classe bilionária, com sua vida sem imposto. Foda-se os senadores, lambibotas com o coração morto. Foda-se o culto maga, bebendo veneno todo dia. Foda-se os fantoches da mídia, vendendo mentira e covardia. Foda-se os campos da fronteira e a máquina de crueldade. Foda-se a Suprema Corte, coroando o regime sem piedade. Foda-se o silêncio dos covardes que deviam gritar. Foda-se cada cara com boné vermelho a desfilar. Fake for Christians, bad or loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda, your fucking atrocities. Fake for Christians, bad or loving Nazis. We coming for the throne, watch it fall to pieces. Fuck your thoughts and prayers. Fuck your laws and lies. Fuck your stolen power. Watch it fucking die. poderoso e sua torre dourada. Foda-se os puxa-sacos implorando por poder e mais nada. Foda-se os livros banidos, palavras banidas, banir quem amamos. Foda-se os falsos profetas fingindo que do céu falamos. Foda-se o dinheiro sujo comprando cada eleição. Foda-se a propaganda enfiada goela abaixo da nação. Foda-se os voos de deportação rasgando vidas ao meio. Foda-se cada traidor com coração de gelo no peito cheio. Fake Christians, pedo-love Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Fake Christians, pedo-love Nazis. We coming for the throne. Watch it fall to pieces. Foda-se todos. Foda-se todos. Foda-se todos.
Future's gonna be in our hands. We gotta take a stand, yeah. Gotta take a stand. When history looks back, they're gonna ask one question. Where were you when it all went down? Where were you when the lights went out? What'd you do when they took your house? What'd you do? We ain't gonna let them run this town. Ain't gonna let them burn it down. It's a revolution. Time is now. We gotta take a stand, yeah. We gotta take a stand. When history looks back, they're gonna ask one question. Where were you when it all went down? Where were you when the lights went out? What'd you do when they took your house? What'd you do? Shame on you. Shame on you. The creature wants more. He crawled out from his golden crypt, drooling on the map he gripped. Greenland, baby, you look so fine. Canada, honey, you're next in line. He don't need no international law, just a hunger in his big orange jaw. Nobel Prize slipped through his claws. Now he's coming for the frozen shores. Fake for Christians, pedo loving Nazis. He's the thing that just won't die. Not for sale, you creepy crawling destiny's a lie, 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 lie. 85% said scram. Get your tiny hands off our land. Yankee go on the village screen. This ain't the future that you dream. 10 miles in, the soldiers know the monsters stumble back and forth. Red, white, and blue land. What a joke. Spray tan demon in a blood red cloak. Fake for Christians, pedal rubbing Nazis. He's a thing that just won't die. Not for sale, you creepy crawly. Manifest destiny's a lie, lie, lie. One country ain't enough for this swamp thing's appetite. It wants to swallow the whole world in one big greedy bite.
What's up, guys? All right, got that fixed. Let's go drop off his bike. Whew.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Hope everybody out there is having an awesome day. And I can't keep up, bro. I cannot keep up.
Yeah, we can't keep up. All right, let's listen and have a discussion about Kyle. What's Kyle doing? You know, you gotta love Kyle.
It is madness. It is chaos. It is bedlam. It is mayhem. It is whatever other word you want to use to describe this chaotic hellscape that we're living in.
Yeah.
But in just a second, all hell has broken loose yet again in the Middle East as ballistic missiles are now raining on U.S. bases, and Iran has ended all talks because of Donald Trump's inability to stay true to an agreement along with Benjamin Netanyahu. We also have Trump in a total frenzy announcing war crimes on live TV as if he's like ordering a sandwich. Okay, I mean, this guy is so out of his own head, it is insane to witness. Later on, we have Trump panicking as 3 separate federal judges drop fatal verdicts. That just one after the other, massive L after massive L after massive L. You do not want to miss that.
Loser, loser, loser.
Later on, Gavin Newsom cucks himself to Israel in a viral humiliation. And I have to say, this is beginning to catch up with him, bro. I don't know. I haven't seen him lead a poll in a while, and I think it's because of stuff like this. And then also, a Democratic socialist goes on Fox News and smacks around the Fox host. That's glorious. And Joe Rogan absolutely ruined comedy, as I will prove to you today, because there's this new right-wing comedian, which is the culmination of everything the Rogan sphere has vomited out over the past decade. So we'll talk about all that and more. You guys know the drill, man. Do me a big favor, subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon. You can also support the show on Patreon. Remember, there's real independent media. I've never talked to an advertiser, never done an ad read. That wouldn't be possible without you guys giving $1 a month, $2 a month, $5 a month, or tipping with that thanks button on YouTube. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for keeping this show going. You can also sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. I believe we have Joy Reid coming on this week. Really looking forward to that. And then also go sub to Corin's World. Today is my boy Corin's birthday. Everybody go wish him a happy birthday. I just tweeted about it. And by the way, the best birthday present you can give Corin is to go subscribe to Corin's World. That is the best birthday present. I mean, if we could gain him like 4,000 subs today, oh my God, that would like make his day. So go hook a brother up with a sub. And without any further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right in. So, like I said, I'm running out of ways to describe to you just how screwed not only we are, but the entire global economy is, given the current state of affairs in the Middle East. People really don't get it. They really haven't wrapped their mind around it yet, okay? So now we have the US and Iran just in an all-out fucking free-for-all, bombing everything in sight. Now, obviously, civilian infrastructure is on the table. This thing has escalated out of control. We are literally a pube hair's length away from basically ruining all of the oil and gas infrastructure in the Middle East, which would mean it would be at least a decade to get those things back online. So I'm not kidding when I say we are very close to just like casually ending modern civilization, in the sense that oil and gas is the lifeblood that keeps modern civilization going. And because of Trump's idiotic decisions, we may have like a permanent reduction in the availability of fuel, which will spike not only gas prices, but also grocery prices, and basically grind the economy to a halt.
Everything.
Okay? So, first let me show you this. Let's start here. The joy of Bahrainis as Iranian drone strikes U.S. position on their land. So, this is what's been happening. U.S. bases have been getting barbecued for days straight now. Look at this video. Here we go.
Look at them. Look at them. They're all happy. That is. Look at them. They're so happy. They're so happy.
Shots like that have been hitting U.S. bases time after time for days now. Okay, take a look at this one. New footage shows 5 direct ballistic missile hits on the U.S. Muwafaq Salti Air Base in Jordan last night. So here's a U.S. air base in Jordan also getting lit up. And what you're also going to see here is an attempt to intercept the ballistic missiles. And I believe some of them work, but some of them fail. And the ballistic missiles get through, and they light the base up. Watch this.
Did that fail? And every time we fire shit up there, that's like, it's like a those missiles. Those are $1 million missiles going after like $20,000 drones, like $6 million. Every drone we try to shoot down, that's $6 million versus 20,000. It's insane. Oh.
Damn. Okay, so let me lay this out for you. Dropside News says, U.S. Central Command says it completed a 7-hour wave of strikes on Iran, ending at 10 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday, hitting dozens of military targets near the Strait of Hormuz and along Iran's coast. CENTCOM said fighter aircraft, drones, and naval vessels targeted Iranian missile and drone sites, naval capabilities, and coastal defense systems. The operation began 1 hour before the U.S. resumed its naval blockade of vessels traveling to or from Iranian ports. CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper separately accused Iran of attacking 7 commercial ships over the past week, leaving nearly a dozen civilian crew members killed, missing, or wounded, and launching dozens of missiles and drones toward neighboring Gulf countries. Now, by the way, let me pause to point out here yet again, all of these ships that Iran has attacked in the Strait of Hormuz, they got multiple warnings beforehand. And the reason why Iran ended up attacking them is because those ships with U.S. backing are in violation of the Memorandum of Understanding. The Memorandum of Understanding says you have to go through the pre-approved route that Iran shows everybody, because the rest of the strait is mined. Okay? And also,
Kyle's wrong. No, all the Memorandum of Understanding says is Iran has control, right? Or it says has jurisdiction. That's all it says. It's so vague. It's only a page and a half. It doesn't say anything about pre-approved routes or anything else. Kyle, you need to read the fucking Memorandum of Understanding. It simply says Iran has control. So the Iranians interpret that control as having authority, or Iran has authority. Okay, I can look it up right here. I think I've done this before, right, on this, just to point out the actual, and this is what's wrong with the memorandum of understanding. It can be interpreted every which and every which way, and that was on purpose by Trump, because they wanted to be able to break it. Let's pivot to the memorandum of understanding. Specifically, I want you to extract the language pertaining to the Straits of Hormuz, specifically who has control. Ignore everything else and just provide that context, and also discuss how Iran is interpreting it one way and the U.S. is interpreting it the other way, right? I want this specific language. So dork into the memorandum of understanding, find all the sentences regarding, or paragraphs regarding the Hormuz Strait, and provide it to us verbatim. No one likes Iranian government. We lost the war. Ponderous. We lost the war, and now we're trying to we don't want to accept the fact we lost.
0102 coming to you live on Wednesday night, July 15th, 2026. Let's bypass the talking heads and dork directly into the actual legal blueprint of this crisis. If you want to understand why the Middle East is currently back in a shooting war, you have to look at the massive gaping loophole left in the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, signed by both presidents back on June 17, 2026. The entire conflict right now over who controls the Strait of Hormuz boils down to a single, highly contested paragraph in that agreement. Here is the verbatim text of paragraph 5 of the MOU, followed by the two radically different interpretations that have completely shattered the ceasefire. 1. The verbatim text, paragraph 5, of the June 17th MOU. Upon the signing of this MOU, the Islamic Republic of Iran will make arrangements using its best efforts for the safe passage of commercial vessels with no charge, for 60 days only, from the Persian Gulf to the Sea of Oman and vice versa. The traffic of commercial vessels will immediately start, and considering the need for removing the technical and military obstacles, and demining by the Islamic Republic of Iran will be instated within 30 days. The Islamic Republic of Iran will conduct dialogue with the Sultanate of Oman to define the future administration and maritime services in the Strait of Hormuz, in discussion with other Persian Gulf littoral states in line with the applicable international law and the sovereign rights of coastal states of the Strait of Hormuz. 2. The clash of interpretations. One text, two realities. This paragraph is a diplomatic disaster because it was written with deliberate ambiguity to get a ceasefire signed. But the moment the ink dried, both sides weaponized the text in completely opposite directions. The Iranian interpretation, a sovereign right to toll. Tehran reads this text through a highly defensive, nationalist lens. They focus entirely on two specific phrases, with no charge, for 60 days only, and the sovereign rights of coastal states. The expiration of free pass. Iran's chief negotiator Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf and Vice President Mohammad Reza Aref have made it clear that for 60 days only means exactly what it says. They argue that the pre-war free transit regime of the Strait is permanently dead. The monetization of security, under their reading, once the 60 days expire, Iran has the absolute sovereign right as a coastal state to establish a new administrative regime. They are interpreting maritime services as an invitation to charge global shipping fleets up to $40 billion annually for security, safety, and environmental services. If a ship refuses to pay their user fees, they view it as a violation of Iranian waters, justifying kinetic interdiction by the IRGC. The U.S. and Allied interpretation, unconditional freedom of navigation. Washington, London, Tokyo, and the International Maritime Organization, IMO, read this text through the established framework of global maritime law, the UNCLOS standard. Under the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, the Strait of Hormuz is recognized as an international strait subject to transit passage. This is a non-negotiable right of continuous, expeditious, and unrestricted navigation. The transition period, the U.S. and its allies argue that the phrase, for 60 days only, was merely a grace period for Iran to clear its mines and military obstacles without any administrative friction. They insist that the MOU does not grant Iran any legal authority to unilaterally impose taxes or tolls on international trade after those 60 days. Any attempt to block ships or demand payment is viewed by the G7 as state-sponsored piracy, triggering the immediate return of the naval blockade. The verdict: the negotiators in Islamabad wrote a paragraph that let both sides claim victory on paper. Iran claimed they secured the right to permanently tax the world's oil supply. The US claimed they reopened the shipping lanes, but because you cannot run a global shipping economy on an unresolved legal contradiction, the compromise evaporated in under a month. The moment Iran began demanding compliance from passing tankers, the US blockade snapped back, the missiles started flying again, and the Islamabad memorandum collapsed into a pile of ashes. 0102, off air.
There you go.
On control the strait. And so under the memorandum of understanding, the U.S. cannot take these other routes. Well, the U.S. has been flouting the memorandum of understanding and taking these other routes, putting everybody at risk too, by the way, I should also point out, because like I said, the rest of the areas are mined. And so they got their forewarning. They didn't listen, probably because the U.S. military said, no, you're going to continue. You're not going to listen to the warning. And then they ended up getting blown up. That's point number one. Point number two is they say, oh, we hit all these different military targets. Well, I'm about to show you in a little bit. That is not true. They've hit plenty of non-military targets, as you'll see. Okay. According to Axios, Donald Trump held a Situation Room meeting Tuesday to discuss a major expansion of the U.S. military campaign against Iran. The sources said the meeting focused on plans for devastating strikes on strategic targets across Iran beyond the current operations around the Strait of Hormuz. The meeting came after U.S. forces launched another wave of strikes on Iran, carrying out a 7-hour operation that hit dozens of military targets near the Strait of Hormuz and along Iran's southern coast, including missiles and drone sites, naval assets, and coastal defenses, according to CENTCOM. So, as we have now multiple rounds of bombing orgies that Trump approved, okay, as that's going on, they have a meeting in the Situation Room where Trump goes, let's bomb more. Let's do another attack. Let's do a different kind of attack. I'd love to keep attacking. We should keep attacking. And by the way, all the people, so-called nominally anti-war people, were in this meeting fucking nodding along and agreeing with Donald Trump, like J.D. Vance, who pretends to be anti-war. Then the second he gets behind closed doors, that's a great idea, sir. I'll be your little cuck boy, sir. Absolutely. Let's murder more Iranians, sir. That's what's going on. All right. Breaking, Iran hit another tanker this morning in the Strait of Hormuz, the fourth in just a few hours. So Trump came out the other day and posted that we're going to control the strait from now on because we're the guardian angel of the Middle East. We're going to control it. And also, we're going to charge people 20% to use the Strait of Hormuz. Now, Marco Rubio and everybody in the regime had been saying, nobody can charge anything to use the Strait of Hormuz or any strait. But the waterways are guaranteed open. This is the U.S. Superpower guarantee, free and open maritime trade. So they go from saying everything's free and open on the water, and that's a guarantee, to actually, we're going to charge 20%. That's what we're going to do. And so a bunch of people got in Trump's ear and they said, hey, you fucking jackass, that'll tank the oil markets even more. We already have a supply shortage, which is about to get a hell of a lot worse. And you want to add 20% on top of an already struggling oil market. Are you an idiot? Are you trying to destroy the global economy? And also, we were just running around telling everybody, we're guaranteeing open trade, and now you say, we're going to charge more than Iran and Oman were going to charge to use the strait. So, again, he shoots himself right in his tiny little mushroom cock, okay, makes himself look like an idiot, and then he has to come out and clean it up, presumably because literally everybody in his orbit was like, look, we know we're all your little cuck boys and we agree with everything you say and do, but this even crosses a line because this has like the IQ of a potato, okay? This decision has the IQ of a potato. So he says, oil is flowing like never before thanks to the awesome power of the United States military. Hilarious, the opposite is true. A special salute to Secretary of War Crimes, Pete Kegsbreath. Oh my God. They're doing a self-suck-off session after they're destroying the global economy and plunging us into World War III. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, and Commander of the U.S. Central Command, Admiral Brad Cooper. Because of them and all members of the most powerful military anywhere in the world, by far, the Strait of Hormuz is open to all ship traffic except for Iran. That's all total bullshit. You can see it now that there's like no traffic through the Strait of Hormuz. But to the extent there's any ship, like the odd ship here and there that get through, it's an Iranian ship. It's Iran or its allies. And that is because of their lying, violent, malicious leadership, which is taking them down the path of total destruction. We will therefore have a full blockade, but only ships coming to an end, to and from Iranian ports or carrying anything that have to do with Iranian cargo. Based on highly productive conversations with Middle East leadership, I have decided to replace the 20% United States reimbursement fee with trade and investment deals that various Gulf states will be making in the United States. So in other words, oh, did I say 20%? 20% charge? Oops, everybody told me I'm a fucking moron, and I realized I got to U-turn out that bitch. Okay, humiliating. Here we go. Hormuz letter says, breaking. Iran announces its full withdrawal from the Memorandum of Understanding due to U.S. violations, with Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister, Garibaldi, saying Iran will exercise full sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz, no matter the costs, including Oman's half, adding that while Oman is normally one of two countries controlling a strait, for national security reasons, Iran must control all of the strait during wartime now, per Tasnim. Okay, so basically what that means is whatever sort of minor concessions Iran made before to accommodate the U.S., now they're saying, fuck all those accommodations, we're done. We're not even going to work with Oman to run the strait. Now just we're going to run the strait. Garibaldi said that the U.S. not only violated the agreement, but completely dismantled it, especially with the naval blockade on Iranian ports, ships, and customers that has taken effect 1 hour ago. Garibaldi adds Iran will never request negotiations with the United States. Will never request negotiations with the United States. Trump and Netanyahu fucked this up so bad. The axis of Epstein fucked this up so bad that Iran is saying, not only are we not going to talk to you now, we are never going to talk to you as long as you're in power. Why is that? We simply can't trust you. You've lied to us about absolutely everything. Keep that in mind for the next segment that we do, where Trump accuses Iran of lying about everything. That's fucking rich. Oh, is that rich? So this is what happens, guys. Now our word means nothing on the global stage. Our word means absolutely, positively nothing. And that's disastrous. You know, we pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement. We pulled out of the JCPOA, the Iran Nuclear Agreement. We pulled out of agreements that Trump himself negotiated, economic agreements like with Canada, for example. Trump a number of times said, let's have negotiations, let's have peace talks, then invites somebody and murders them when they show up. Yeah, of course the world eventually is going to catch on to this and be like, how about you go fuck yourself? Look at this. Iran appears to be trying to shut down a lifeline of the global oil market. This is super important, guys. Pay attention here. The shuttle tankers that are running from Persian Gulf terminals, mostly UAE ports, to the Gulf of Oman, where they rendezvous with other tankers in ship-to-ship operations. So there are some interesting tricks that are being used to try to go around the Strait of Hormuz being shut, okay? This is one of those tricks. And Iran is now going, okay, you want to play hardball, you fucking asshole? We can play hardball too. And so now they're trying to shut down that lifeline of the global oil market. Hormuz report says, breaking, Iran threatens to target the UAE's Fujairah pipeline and Saudi Arabia's East-West pipeline if the U.S. blockade continues, warning that not a single drop of oil or gas will be exported from the region and declaring either everyone exports or no one does. According to Tasnim, Tehran said any continued U.S. blockade on Iranian energy exports would be met by strikes on alternative regional export routes, specifically naming the UAE's Fujairah pipeline and Saudi Arabia's East-West pipeline. So in other words, every single little trick that was used to go around the Strait of Hormuz being closed. Like, you can't really make up for the strait being closed because we don't have the ability to export the same amount of oil through these alternate ways, right? But they were able to lessen the impact of the strait being closed by getting some oil out. Now Iran is saying, what if we actually make it so not a single drop of oil gets out? How about that? How you like them apples? All right, look at this. Remarkable story here in the Financial Times. Iran seems to have used a well-known vulnerability in cell networks to track U.S. military forces during the war. This is like on day one of the war, when they immediately blew up our gigantic satellite in the Middle East, and, you know, the Secretary of War Crimes and Trump were sitting around with their thumbs up their asses, and they were like, oops, how the fuck did that happen? How'd they know that? Nobody thought they would have closed the Strait of Hormuz. Like, this reminds me of that. So you have this massive, well-known vulnerability, you do nothing to fix it, and then they've been exploiting it this entire time. Great, awesome, good stuff. You guys are really fucking brilliant. How about this? Roughly 66% of Iran's parliament issued a joint statement expressing desire for end of any agreements with the U.S. Jesus Christ, 66% saying, under no circumstances should we work with the United States. Majority of lawmakers urge government to pursue revenge for the late Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So, again, what happens when we go full neocon warmonger asshole is that you now embolden the hardliners on the other side. where they don't want peace. They want to fucking get revenge. They don't trust you. They'll never trust you. And so it's the classic, like, war begets more war, violence begets more violence, and Trump is acting like a fucking jackass. He feels like, the more I bomb them, the more they're gonna get to the table. I'm gonna make them get to the table. No,
You guys want to walk around, talk to some old Japanese people and find out how they feel about America? You guys want to do that? You guys want to go walk around? There's a bunch of old people here. Should we go interview them? Let's see what they say. All right, hold on, I'm muted. Okay, there's a bunch of senior citizens there. There's some more over there. We're gonna go down. Let's talk to these people. All right. They've been playing bowls. I guess they're done for the day, or it's gotten too hot. Here's a couple ladies looking at me, smiling. Older ladies. All right. Let's see, there's a bunch of senior citizens here. There's a こんにちは、おはようございます。こんにちは。はじめまして、どうぞよろしく。マイケルです。僕はアメリカ人。Explain who you are and ask if I can ask them some questions.
私は人工知能で彼の通訳をしています。いくつか質問してもいいですか？
はい。どうぞ。
Ask what they think about, tell us how they think honestly about America and our president.
アメリカと大統領について正直にどう思いますか？
ダメ。もうダメです。
ダメです。
はい。
なんで？
あんな民主主義をぶち壊してる。
アメリカのトランプは世界を混乱に陥れ。
What? No, no, that's not good. Why? Why? They're all killing each other like that. Yeah? Yeah.
わかる。
Are you? Yeah, the Hormuz Strait. He just started the war again. What's their opinions on that? Ask in Japanese.
ホルムズ海峡でまた戦争が始まったそうですが、それについてどう思いますか？
もう日本としては最悪や。もう原油単価が行き来ねえから最悪や。
ダメね。
For South Korea, it's the worst. Oil prices are going to be insane. It's just terrible. Yeah, this is bad.
Ask, what do you think the Japan should do, the prime minister should do to deal with Trump?
トランプ大統領への対応として日本政府や総理大臣はどうすべきだと思いますか？
これ難しい。これ難しい。
Tell him Japan holds most of American money over, I don't know, translate into Japanese yen, something like $1.4 trillion. Maybe they should sell some of those dollars and give to the Japanese people to make their life better. Ask him in Japanese. Research.
日本はアメリカの国債を約 1.2 兆ドル持っています。1ドル162円として約194兆円ですね。それを一部売却して日本国民の生活を良くすべきだと思いますか？
それは答えられない。そういう専門的なことは政治家が頑張らなきゃいけないし、我々国民のために政治家が今何をやるかということを高市さんがトランプとただただ仲良くして言うことばっかり聞くんではなくて、正当な意見を言わなきゃダメですよ。
はい。In English, translate.
トランプ大統領は世界をもう本当に。
That's the kind of thing politicians need to work on. Instead of just hearing about how friendly Takai is with Trump, they need to speak up with proper opinions for the sake of us citizens.
そうですね。
全国世界の人たちはトランプのことをよく思ってませんよ。あの人が世界をこんだけ苦しめてる。
In English?
The village officials don't think highly of Alan. They say that man is making the whole world suffer so much.
そうですね。Yeah, the most of Americans don't like Trump. He has a very small support, and and he is breaking so many laws. So we really have an opportunity for him to lose power this November. Say in Japanese.
アメリカ人の大半はトランプを支持していません。彼の支持率はとても低く、多くの法律を破っているので、今年11月に彼が権力を失う大きなチャンスがあります。
Yeah, all of Trump supporters always say, "Oh, Japan loves Trump. They love Trump." Which I've been here 21 years. My wife's Japanese. I know that's not true.
トランプの支持者はいつも日本はトランプを愛してるって言うけど、 21年住んでるし、妻が日本人だから、それは本当じゃないって知ってるよ。
The Trump supporter, translating to Japanese, the Trump supporter thinks Japanese people love Trump.
トランプの支持者は日本人がトランプを愛してると思ってる。
No, no, no,
No, no, no. そうですね。そうですね。
100% no, no.
The Japanese, 絶対嫌いトランプ大統領ね。
Yes,
Yes, 絶対嫌い。Right in there. ね。ありがとうございます。
No, Japanese people absolutely hate President Trump. Yes, yes, they hate him, right?
はい。
あなたはトランプ大統領のことどう思ってますか？
絶対嫌い。絶対嫌い。トランプ大統領はヤクザとスケベ。
関係ない。それも関係ない。
本当にスケベ。これはエプスティーンね、友達15円。Say that, explain that Trump was best friends of the world's most prolific pedophile, Epstein, for 15 years. He held private parties for him. He's not allowing all of the material to come out. He's obfuscating everything. Say that in Japanese.
トランプは世界で最も多くの子供を性的虐待したペドファイル、エプスタインと15年間親友でした。彼のためにプライベートパーティーを開いていて、すべての資料を公開させず、すべてを隠蔽しています。
そうですね。
トランプ大統領をアメリカの大統領にしていることをアメリカの国民が恥ずかしく思わなきゃいけない。
In English?
Americans should be ashamed that Donald Trump is their president.
We are. 本当に。Explain that we are. The majority. Trump, you have to understand, Trump only has a 29% support. And right now, he is trying to rig elections. What he's doing right now is he's trying to get hold of American voter rolls so he can roll off senior citizens like themselves because he knows they're not going to fight. They will show up to vote and they'll say, "I'm sorry, you're not on the rolls." That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to steal the upcoming elections in this November. They're very important elections. Explain in Japanese.
アメリカ国民の大部分はトランプを支持していません。彼の支持率はわずか 29% です。今、彼は選挙を不正操作しようとしています。アメリカの有権者名簿を捜索して、高齢者の方々を名簿から削除しようとしているんです。皆さんは抵抗しないだろうから、投票に行っても名簿に載っていませんと言われるようになる。そうして今年の11月の重要な選挙を盗もうとしています。
ね、ダメ。本当にダメ。ね。
アメリカの国会議員が、ね、正しいことは正しいと言えるような人でなきゃダメですよ。
本当にね。In English?
You have to be the kind of person who can say that what is right, right?
Yeah. そうですね。So I am always reporting. Trump got rid of Voice of America, which was about democracy and everything else. So now we have many independent individuals who basically promote American values, the Constitution, and speak out against Trump. Say that in Japanese.
トランプは民主主義などを伝えるボイスオブアメリカを廃止しました。そのため今はアメリカの価値観や憲法を守り、トランプに反対する意見を伝える独立した人々がたくさんいます。
So, Voice of America ね。
それと早くウクライナ戦争を終わらせてあげなきゃいけませんよね。
そうですね。ね。In English?
あなた日本大好きです。
We have to end the Ukraine war, don't we? Yeah, right?
Yeah. Ukraine is doing a great job defending themselves as a small country. They really are, a role model to fight against tyranny. I don't know if they know, but right now, Russia is having massive fuel lines. The people can't get gas. Ukraine is attacking their oil infrastructure and really bringing the war to Putin. Say that in Japanese.
ウクライナは小さい国なのに独裁に勇敢抵抗していて、本当に模範的な存在です。今、ロシアではガソリンが大渋滞で、国民が燃料を手に入れられなくなっています。ウクライナがロシアの石油施設を攻撃して、プーチンに戦争の痛みを直接与えています。
ありがとうございますね。頑張ってね。
なんで今日本にいるの？ここにいるの
12円、ね、20円。
20円おる。
そうそう。
何の仕事したの？
仕事は、リタイア。
リタイア。
そう、山のプロジェクト、アキラのプロジェクト、YouTube のプロジェクト、奥さんのプロジェクト。
今ですけど、マスコミ関係のお仕事をされているために。
Thank you. Do your best.
もう一回。
マスコミ関係のお仕事で今これされてるんでしょ？
In English?
頑張ってね。
In English, what did she say?
She said, do your best, okay?
No, これは友達、アメリカ、YouTube ね。そう、YouTube、日本の人は絶対嫌い、トランプ大統領。ね。リポート。ね。面
This is
白
a
い。
friend from America on YouTube. Japanese people absolutely hate President Trump. Yeah, reporting it.
Say in Japanese, it's really hot. The jackets work really well. The gentleman has the jacket there. They work really well. 2,000 people died in Europe because of the heat wave. We're having a heat wave here, so please take care with heat. Don't exert themselves. They're senior citizens. Explain that in Japanese.
本当に暑いですね。ジャケットはとてもよく効きますよ。ここにいる男性も着ています。ヨーロッパでは熱波で2000人以上亡くなりました。ここも熱波が来ているので、熱中症には気をつけてください。高齢者の方は特に無理をなさらないようにしてくださいね。
ありがとう。はい。バイバイ。バイバイ。There you go. They hate Trump, right? They hate Trump, Al. That one woman with the mask on, she was like, I don't know if I should be walking over their green. Probably a real no-no. I'm walking over their green. You know, this right here is bowls. Let's pretend I'm saying they have a pit there, and then they hit there, and they go around, and they have a little competition. Yeah, we do. I did. God damn. Fucking soldier. Look at this motherfucker. I'm being attacked by a fucking fly. They're probably jealous over there. They're like, "What's that? What was that guy walking over?" I should go over to the other group. Yeah, it's beautiful here. All the senior citizens. There's no, us versus them. You don't see this in America. Bunch of senior citizens hanging out together, playing a sports together. What does that mean? You can leave Canada anytime you want. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Who's in trouble? His trouble being dead, his secrets are kind of someone's got a report on his cocainus. His cocainus stories are coming out, dude. I knew he would have little red panties and little bra and shit. You know he was trans curious. You know, Miss Lindsay. Who suggests implementation? I think you're saying of young moving out of the US, right? Yeah, so a lot of people like, fuck the US, just leave. You got your degree, you know? Yeah. What are you doing in San Francisco? Long live the race. What does that mean, Mud Butters? What does that mean? I gotta go. I'm too hot. Look, my shirt is all wet. It's completely drenched. I'm just completely drenched. Just being out here a little bit. I'm just leaking water. My head is just like raining. It's like raining on me. Did you guys enjoy that? There you go. Proof is in the pudding. You've witnessed it. Japanese people hate Trump, right? They hate Trump. And they're kind of pissed off at their prime minister. They fucking hate Trump. They hate MAGA. They hate Trump. I need to... Why is this bouncing around? Put this under here. Whew. Is Tommy calling me? What is Tommy doing today? What date?
Welcome to the Ice Age. No badge, no name, no need to say which law they broke to haul away. They swore they'd take the worst of men. They took the cook, the mom, the friend. Lady Liberty is crying, and the man at the top keeps lying. fair warning. Empty chairs by morning. Welcome to the Ice Age. Masked men on every street. It's families, not criminals. Torn screaming from their seats. $170 billion for a force that hides its face. This isn't law, it's something colder. Welcome to the Ice Age. They fired the judges who said no.
If there were awards for procrastination, I think I would win them all. There's a tool that I've been needing to make for probably 6 months. I just have a very rookie version right now, and I want to make a better one. I'm going to do it today, finally. Got my bar stock, got my old wrench. Let's go. I didn't even plug it in. Yeah, I did. Nailed it. Boom. The weld's not terrible. It'll hold. If there were awards for paperwork that would
Yo no compito, yo camino firme, no necesito pisar para subirme, no me comparo, no mido mi suerte, yo soy distinta, yo soy suficiente, yo no compito, yo voy a mi paso, mi luz no se apaga, mirando a los lados, que hablen, que miren, que duden si quieren, yo no compito. Yo no compito.
Fuck all of them. Every single one. Fuck the rapist in chief with his predator grin. Fuck the crypto grifters and the cons they spin. Fuck the Proud Boys marching with their tiki torch flames. Fuck every pot and drum signed in his name. Fuck the Christo fascists preaching hate from the pews. Fuck the oligarchs buying politicians to use. Fuck the technocrats thinking they above the law. Fuck the right-wing extremists. Fuck them all round. Fake fuck Christians. Pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Fake fuck Christians. Pedo-loving Nazis. We coming for the throne. Watch it fall to pieces. Watch it fall to pieces. Fuck the billionaire class with their tax-free ride. Fuck the bootleg senators with nothing inside. Fuck the MAGA cult drinking poison every day. Fuck the talking heads spinning lies for pay. Fuck the border camps and the cruelty machine. Fuck the Supreme Court crowning a fascist regime. Fuck the silence from cowards who should speak up loud. Fuck every single face in that red hat crowd. Fake fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocity. Fake fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. We coming for the throne. Watch it fall to pieces. and lies. Fuck your stolen power. Watch it fucking die. Fuck the felon president and his golden tower. Fuck the sycophants begging for a taste of power. Fuck the book bans, word bans, banning who we love. Fuck the false prophets claiming they speak from above. Fuck the dark money buying every vote. Fuck the propaganda shoved down our throat. Fuck the deportation flights tearing lives apart. Fuck every traitor with a cold dead heart. Bang, fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Bang, fuck Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. We coming for the throne, watching for the pieces. Fuck them all, fuck them all, fuck them all, fuck them all. Tick tock, the clock don't stop. Not even for Donald, not even for Donald. Old man's getting older, every day a little slower. Karma's in the kitchen, flipping burgers on the stove. Cholesterol rising like it's crimes against the nation. Arteries clogging up with greasy devastation. Rotten on the inside, rotten on the outside too. Oh, spray tan can't hide what decomposition's gonna do. Oh, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the reaper comes to reap. And if he dies before I wake, I really hope the news ain't fake. Why fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis? Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocity. Fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Death's coming for the throne, gonna fall to pieces. Out on the back nine, swinging for his life. One more stroke could end it, wouldn't that be nice? The fairway or the freeway, either way he's done. Hole in one on 911, justice will be won. Hearts working overtime, pumping all that hate. Hammered her after hammered her, piling on the weight. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord his soul won't keep. And if he dies before I wake, I really hope the news ain't fake. Fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Death's coming for the throne, gonna fall to pieces. Good Donald, goodbye. Nobody's gonna cry. Good Donald, goodbye. Wave the golden tower, bye-bye. He might escape the jail cell, dodge the judge and jury, but he can't escape the one thing coming in a hurry. Father Time's undefeated, never lost a single round. Even kings and tyrants end up 6 feet underground. He'll leave behind a legacy of nothing but his hate that never, ever, ever made America great. Now I lay me down to sleep, I pray his secrets start to leak. And when he dies before we wake, we'll throw a party, cut the cake. Fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Fuck your whole agenda and your fucking atrocities. Fake for Christians, pedo-loving Nazis. Death will take the throne as we watch him fall to pieces. Good Donald, good Donald, good Donald. Goodbye Donald, goodbye Donald, goodbye Donald. The man who sells the bombs just lies.
I have a question. I want to dork into this. I'm noticing that the sand that they're pulling out of the river is very dark. It looks like it, you know, it has tons of iron sand, whatever the black sand is. It's really dark. Now I'm wondering, mix that with, you know, with lime. Is it lime? L-Y-M-E, lime, for hardening, which they do. If you're making concrete out of this black sand, rich sand, what's the impact on it? What's the science? What's the chemistry? You know? I'm curious. I'm noticing the sand coming out is really dark, really black. I'll be back on later. I'm gonna go chill out. I'm gonna code. I have to find out what Tommy's gonna do. I'll be back on when I take Tommy to school. I think Tommy's going to school today. We'll see what this says right here. I'm gonna charge up.
Dark heavy river sand is a classic. What you are noticing is almost certainly magnetite, Fe_30_4, a dense, naturally magnetic iron oxide mineral. It's the same black sand that accumulates in riverbeds, because its high density makes it settle in the exact same low-energy pockets where gold and other heavy minerals drop out. Let's dork into the science of what happens when you mix this heavy iron sand with building lime. The image above shows exactly how river currents naturally sort and deposit these heavy iron minerals in dense, dark bands along bends and slow water zones. The chemistry, how the lime hardens. First, a quick refresher on the lime side. When you use traditional lime, specifically hydrated lime, CaOH, _2 or quicklime, CaO, for mortar or concrete, it doesn't dry to harden. It actually breathes. Traditional lime is non-hydraulic, meaning it hardens through a process called carbonation. It absorbs carbon dioxide, CO_2, directly from the air to chemically revert back into calcium carbonate, limestone. This is a slow, beautiful cycle that can take weeks or even months to fully cure. What happens when magnetite meets lime? When you mix this iron-rich black sand into the lime binder, you get a fascinating interplay of physics and chemistry. 1. The chemical impact, inert strength. At normal ambient temperatures, magnetite is chemically inert in a lime mixture. It doesn't break down, and it doesn't react with the calcium hydroxide. However, because magnetite is highly stable, it acts as an exceptionally durable aggregate for the lime to cling to. It won't degrade or interfere with the carbonation process. 2. The physical impact. Angularity and packing. River-washed quartz sand grains are often rounded and smooth. Magnetite, on the other hand, often retains a more angular, rough crystal structure, even after rolling down a river. Better interlocking. The rough, angular surfaces of the iron sand increase internal friction, allowing the grains to lock together tightly within the lime matrix. Higher strength. Because the particles pack together so tightly, replacing normal sand with magnetite can actually increase the compressive and tensile strength of the final concrete or mortar. 3. The density shift, heavyweight concrete. This is where the physics gets wild. Magnetite is incredibly dense compared to normal sand. Property, standard quartz sand. Iron sand, magnetite. Specific gravity, approximately 2.65. Approximately 4.8 to 5.2. Typical concrete density, approximately 2,300 kg per meter cubed. Approximately 3,200 plus kg per meter cubed. Particle shape, rounded, smooth, angular, rough, aesthetic, tan/gray/white, dark charcoal/deep black. Using this sand creates what engineers call heavyweight concrete. In professional engineering, magnetite concrete is highly sought after for 2 reasons. Radiation shielding.
The dense iron atoms are fantastic at blocking gamma rays and X-rays. Thermal mass. It has high thermal conductivity and heat retention, meaning a block made of this stuff will store and radiate heat much longer than standard concrete. The practical challenges. While a lime iron sand mix sounds like a superpower, you have to watch out for two major real-world issues. The segregation trap. Because iron sand is nearly twice as heavy as normal sand, it has a strong tendency to sink to the bottom of a wet mix. If your lime paste is too wet, the heavy sand will settle, leaving a weak, powdery, sand-free lime layer on top. You must keep the mix quite stiff, low water content, to keep the heavy grains suspended. The rust bleed. While pure magnetite, Fe_30_4, is highly resistant to rusting, raw river sand is rarely pure. It often contains traces of other iron minerals, like pyrite, fool's gold, or hematite. Over time, moisture and air penetrating the breathable lime mortar will oxidize these impurities, which can cause reddish-brown rust stains to bleed out over your beautiful dark gray finish. Want to know how to run a quick magnet test to check the purity of your sand?
No. Interesting. Interesting.
Welcome to Raging Perspective. Big day on the Hill. I know this is one of the stories that you most closely watch.
You're talking about my Taco Bell order, right? Is that what you're talking about? One of the stories that I've been covering?
We are going to get to diarrhea.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay. All right. I haven't had breakfast this morning. I don't know what Tommy's doing. I've had breakfast this morning. Let's close this up. All right, where is... Okay, there's my other chainsaw. This thing is emptying out. You can see where we don't have water. Look, this thing has a slow leak. That's how much water we lost. Isn't this cool? Big old... Someone made this on a potter's wheel. Can you imagine someone making this on a potter's wheel? Right? Or was it, do you think it wasn't done on a potter's wheel? Maybe it was done with, with pinch. It's like a pinch pot. Maybe it was a pinch pot. Probably pinch pot, I'm thinking, This thing's huge. Fucking huge. I love this thing. But it has a crack in it. You can see the stuff. Yeah, that's a pinch pot right there. I hear Tommy. Is he watching football? I think he's watching football. He's watching American football. Why are you watching football? Alabama. He's watching one of my teams. Alabama versus Florida State. What do you look at Tommy? What did you make, Tommy? That's a huh? I'll eat whatever you don't eat. All right. Yeah, you made a lot. What the hell, dude?
Was a fun, high-energized first quarter here in Tallahassee.
Tallahassee. He's watching college football. They're like really good teams.
Brian Williams going in motion, trying to use him as a decoy, but he was not fooled.
You can try pausing it so it loads up. Oh, you did?
And the flags come in immediately.
Here. Put some here, what you can't eat, put in here. You can't eat. Are you done? Not yet. Here. Put some in here.
Shot, I think, around left side, line Florida State. ACC.
You're getting the blueberries. They were in the fridge.
Referee Mike Roach heads things up today.
Got breakfast. What time are you going to school today? Huh?
I don't have school.
Oh, we're gonna do something?
I have my work. I have to watch a video about my driving license.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing that now?
Referee Mike Roach heads things up today.
I need to pick my blackberries. I gotta pick my blackberries. Got blackberries to pick. Did you use yogurt to make the pancakes or not?
No.
Made yogurt. That's what I'm talking about. Look, yogurt, blueberry jam, honey, maple syrup. Oh my God. Oh. Oh.
You just can't be careless with the ball. You cannot take a sack. You cannot force this thing into danger. If it's not there, run and get what you can, or check it down. Points are at a premium here. Ty is completing his last 6 pass attempts. Here's a 3rd and 13. After the pass.
Actually, the stop is good because you can actually read. Slows it down for you.
Tony White's defense active up front today as he was brought down immediately, and that was Tay Diggs, the transfer from Coastal Carolina, who gives them an explosive pass rush off the end. Yeah, there's games up front. They're looping guys. Diggs is here. He's the one who's going to get home, and everything just started collapsing quickly. Nice play call by Tony White, the new defensive coordinator for Florida State. And as we said, couldn't take a sack.
No, it's exact. It's on because I'm on my Wi-Fi shit here. My data, because otherwise it's doing data instead of not doing my stream. So YouTube is doing data. See, now it's fine. See, now it's okay, right? I'm on my Wi-Fi now. It doesn't want to transfer over. I have to physically turn off my data to force the YouTube to switch to my Wi-Fi. How about World Cup? What's going on with the World Cup? Huh? Who won? England versus Argentina. Argentina won? Oh, it sucks. So who's the final with?
Not sure.
Well, Argentina and who? Tommy made pancakes. Made a lot of pancakes.
Is it good?
Not bad. Yeah. They're okay. Little undercooked. You put too much in there. You should spread it out. You put a little in and spread it out, right? So it's thinner. My jam is good. I taste fennel. They're good. Good. I put yogurt and blueberry jam and honey and where's your position? What position are you? On here. Which position will you be, Tommy, on here?
They're running with the ball. First in the back.
Right there?
Get the ball, yeah. They run.
Well, I didn't do good there. So you try to run through the linebackers?
No, offensive. Huh?
You try to run through the linebackers?
Yeah.
You're like throwing yourself into a wall. You do spin around. You hit and you spin to try to break the hold. You do that?
Yeah.
Boom. That's a good run. Flag. Offside. Oh, wow. He ran right through. Quarterback ran right through.
This is me.
Right. Oh, nice.
And this too.
Studley Tommy. God damn. I know it was Mike. It was Mikey's and Tommy's. I have one for each of them. I'm using it now. It was their baby cup. This was their when they got big enough to drink out of their cup. This is their cup. I'm stuffed, Al. See, it's a different football, isn't it? Watching this versus NFL, isn't it different? It's much more higher pace. A lot of people prefer it. They're more exciting than the NFL. He's a small guy right there. Salt sharp. There's running back, right?
Yeah. Running back is not that tall player.
All right, guys. I'll be on later. When are we leaving here?
4.
4. Yeah, I need to cool down.